Hey there everyone, it is Markei Mark and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I am going to be doing a set of press-on nails. They will be ombre. I hope you peeped the intro colors because that's what you're gonna see. It's probably on the thumbnail too, but hey, that's what we're getting into today. They are for granny long nails. She's the only one that wears this style of nails right now. So yeah, I will apologize right now that my phone died and I did not know that my phone died in the middle of me doing these. So me placing the stones, which was so freaking satisfying, so I'm really upset that it's not there. That part is not in this video, but all the ombre parts are, so that's awesome. Also, before I get into this video and this story time, I just want to thank you all for coming back and doing another video, as well as if you are new, thank you so much for stopping by and kicking it with us. And why you should consider subscribing, because we have a lot of fun over here. I do a lot of struggling on this channel, and by struggling, I'm a hot mess sometimes. So yeah, you can get a kick out of all of that fun stuff and the little bloopers and things like that. So yeah, happy watching. So I'm also going to get into a short story time today, just because I'm going to start adding probably some story times into these, so it's not just all about nails and stuff like that. So without further ado, picture it. Sicily, I'm just kidding. Picture it, Spangdahlem, Germany, 2013. My husband was Air Force, and we ended up moving over to Spangdahlem, Germany. Now, I am terrified of spiders, so if you are somebody who doesn't like hearing about the creepy crawlies at this point in the video, you should probably just mute it, I guess, because yeah, that's what's gonna go on. So we had just moved into our apartment, and one of the big things that I do before we move anywhere is look up the type of wildlife that live out there. But I think we were both really excited to move away from where we were, and that completely eluded my brain. That was not something I thought about. So one day he went to work. It was right after he had finished training, and it was the winter months. Now, here in the Midwest, in the winter months, the bugs, creepy crawlies, all of that, they do not come out like that. They're gone. They just disappear. So, since Germany was exactly like where I'm from, I'm thinking the same thing, whatever. Well, there's this spider that's on the ground, and I start freaking out because it doesn't matter how big, how small they are, I still freak out unless they're daddy long legs. Those are fine. So this spider is just coming at me on this floor, and I'm freaking out. So I took some bleach and I started spraying it, and it did not want to die. And I'm like, how did bleach not kill this? I don't know what kind of spiders Germany has, but this is not okay. So I kept spraying, and it was not dying, and I freaked out because I think I scared myself, and I had wine in my hand, and my cup somehow spilled over, and it made the plopping sound on the ground once it thuds, I hope that makes sense. Anywho, it landed right on the spider and instantly killed it. So I was like, oh cool, I am in the clear, we're all good to go. It died. I left it there because I didn't even want to pick it up. So I was like, whenever hubby gets home from work, maybe he can deal with it. So at this time, it's probably because he worked night shift. He was on Delta flight. So at this time, I'm calling my grandmother because I just want to talk to her. And I'm sitting here, it's probably 3 o'clock in the morning where we're at. And it's 7 hours behind where she's at. We're just sitting here talking. I'm telling her about the whole spider situation, all of this. At this time, we only had the one car. We were waiting on my car to get shipped over. And I go into our bedroom, and I'm just laying down, just chit-chatting it up with her. She's not afraid of things like that. So she's just like spiders and stuff, so she's not afraid. So I'm just sitting here, and I realize that it's time for me to get up and go get my husband from work. So I get up and I get my pants. Now I had my pants folded. They were folded. They were sweatpants on the floor, folded perfectly fine with a t-shirt on top. We didn't have furniture at this time. It was like TMO furniture, which if you don't know what that is, that's loaner furniture, so it's not yours. And so I go to reach and get my pants, and I saw this giant black something on them, and instantly I threw my pants. So like I call my husband and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to come pick you up because I don't know. I think I may have saw a spider on my pants. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I think there was a spider. He's like, are you sure you saw a spider? Now we had just shaved my hair off. I had done a big chop before moving over there because I didn't want to get any relaxers anymore. And so it could have been a hairball. It's a strong possibility that that's what it could have been. Was I going to investigate any further? No. So I was like, okay, I don't know what this is. I'm going to go ahead and put on something else. Because I sat there for a little bit to make sure nothing crawled out. Nothing did, but I was like, I'm not going to trust it. So I put something else on. It was fine. So go pick up my husband. We come home. I'm telling him about the whole thing. He's in his military uniform, so he has on his boots and everything. And he's so brave. He walked into the room. Because I closed the door and everything. He's like, they could get out of the door. And I'm like, yeah, but, at least it's a deterrent. Like, come on. I tried. So he turns the light switch on, walks around the room, takes the pants, starts shaking them out, looks under the bed. He's looking all around. He doesn't see anything. But right now is a really good time for me to mention that my husband is also afraid of spiders as well. So, fun fact. So he turns around to look at me at the door. And when he turns to look at me at the door, right above the light switch that he had just turned on is a giant spider. And when I say giant, it's probably the size of a $50. And he's just like, you need to go and get the broom and something else. And I'm like, what do you see? He's like, I'm just telling you to go get the broom. So he's stuck in the room and I'm stuck outside the room, and it's like, what are we gonna do? So I go, I think I put on some fake Timberland boots and come back in. I run in, hopefully that I don't touch, the little area that that the spider's on. And his PT gear is also on the floor next to the light switch. And so when we got ready to go hit it, I think it jumped off the wall and started crawling towards his PT gear. And I have a broom and he had something else. And he's like, okay, on a count of 3, we're going to have to do this. I need you to sweep the PT gear away and then I'm going to hit the spider. And I said, okay, I got this. He's like, do you have your commands? I'm like, yes, I have my commands. And sure enough, he said 1, 2, he got to 2, and I freaked out, and he freaked out, and the spider freaked out, but we ended up killing it. It died. So I will mention that, after all of this, he looks at me and he's like, you are the worst troop. You would have been the one to get us killed because you cannot follow simple instructions. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm freaked out. So hopefully you enjoyed this story time. So yeah, key takeaways from this. Ombres are actually not as bad as I thought they were, especially with an ombre brush. Number 2, always make sure that your phone is charged or on the charger whenever you are recording. And so yeah. But before you go, don't forget to paint that like button, cure that subscribe button, and until the next time, Markei Mark out.